Yeah, I just wanted to do a quick chat about cooking, because I've been reading on the forums and lots of people ask about cooking equipment and stuff like that in your motorhome. We do a fair bit of cooking in here, but obviously sometimes we're on holiday, so we like to eat out. But if it's just the two of us and we're having a weekend away, in the winter time particularly, we do cook in the motorhome. In the summer we tend to barbecue, and we've got a lovely little barbecue which collapses all the way down. It's in the back garage at the moment, but I'll do another segment on that and I'll show you what all our equipment for barbecuing. And then it's cooked on a tripod, and then when you finish barbecuing you take the tripod away. It's raised off the ground and you can turn it into a little fire pit, so it's perfect for those sites that you can burn wood on, or for beaches and stuff like that. Anyway, just for everyday cooking, we haven't got a lot of equipment, but what we have got we use really regularly, and we thought about what goes in our van. So I'm just going to stop this now and turn it around and go through what we've got. Okay, so what have we got? So here's our washing up bowl. We try and make sure everything's as collapsible as possible, so then it sits nice and flat in your cupboards and prevents those dreaded rattles. So our washing up bowl is here. When you're on site, up to you, but I don't tend to wash up in the van when we're on site. We use the washing up facilities if they have one. So you can put all your dirty stuff in this and then trudge it all over to wherever your washing up room is. This one here, it's also got a little plug on, plenty of cloths, and then we've got a little scrubbing brush here where your washing up liquids just goes in the top there. So that's quite cool. Just to prevent it leaking, I've got it tied in a bag. Then on top of that, we've got a bottle of washing up liquid, just a little bit in there. And then this is absolutely brilliant. It's a collapsible saucepan, which is great, does the job for us. A collapsible colander, which is brilliant. We've got lots of these collapsible little pots that you can keep all your leftover foods and like little bits and bobs in there. They're really handy to have. A little pocket flick knife, which is great. It's nice and sharp, just to keep handy in the drawer. A measuring jug, really cheap, not necessary even for the measuring facilities, but it's just handy to have a jug in the van for food. Now I've got one of these. Now they're for washing up, but what it does is because cooking in the van can be quite tricksy due to lack of space, so I tend to put this over the top of the stove when it's not in use, and then it gives me an extra surface to be able to use without scratching the top of the stove. The other great little thing that we've got, and I could not do without this, is the Ridge Monkey. Now it's just the two of us normally in the van, so I've got the little toasty maker, and what it does, it comes in it comes in a pan like that, they're together. You open it up and then you've got two pans like that, and then you've got two handles, they click in, which is really nice, and then you've got some cooking utensils there. So to pack it all up, all the cooking utensils are in there, pop that in there, and then your handles sit in there like that, lid sits in there, they go together, and then it goes back in its little zippable pouch. No rattling, no messing about, and it's brilliant. I love it. The other little thing that we have, excuse the mess in the kitchen, is a collapsible kettle. Now I purposely went, some people have an electric kettle and like a hob kettle. I've just gone for one collapsible hob kettle. That does everything I need, and it works off the gas, which is great. And again, folds down nice and flat and goes in the fridge, in the cupboard, without any rattles. On top of that, we have cooking utensils, which are here. Everything that we need goes in a nice collapsible flat pouch. So we've got our normal spoons and brushes and scissors and tongs and one sharp chopping knife, and then also there's a chopping board in there as well, so that sits nicely, no rattles. Our utensils, or our knives and forks, are all in separate little packets, and then I keep those in a pencil case, so they're all together nice and neat and tightly packed in, and that sits in the cupboard, and the only rattle from those now is the zip. Now on top of that we have all our little condiments in a little travel pouch, which is great. Mustards, vinegars, oils, sauces, anything like that, they all get kept in there, which is really handy. And it means that you haven't got whole, for a weekend you don't need a whole bottle of tomato ketchup or mayonnaise, you've got them all like decanted into there. So that's a quick little thing of what we're doing. Oh, one last thing is our little bin. So our little bin holder sits on top of the cupboard like that and just holds a bag, and it just, you know, is really easy, really simple, and that's a really handy little thing.